Hey, this is Jordan Belfort, the real Wolf of Wall Street, and you're listening to The Anthony Rogers Show.
Welcome back to the greatest show in the universe. Online, we have, or on the line, or how we say that, however we officially say that, Brandon Collins from the Valley Boys podcast, co-host one half of the show or so. How are you doing, brother?
Doing all right, man. Surviving California and all the shit going on out here.
Yeah, sorry to hear about California. I heard it's a bad place to be.
Well, yeah, depending who you ask, that was before the pandemic and all that started. But yeah, no, we got that. Yeah, we got the race wars. We got the fires, and traffic and taxes still suck. So what are you gonna do?
Yeah, it's like you guys have palm trees. You're just not allowed to see them.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. The palm trees are great, you know, blowing in the wind and all that, and they're all gonna be on fire soon. So we won't even have that anymore.
Do you think California looks better on fire?
It's definitely very pretty. It's very photogenic on fire. Like, it's sacrificing itself for the sake of art, which I guess is pretty California in a way, if you think about it.
That's hilarious. That's great. Yeah, no, so, that's weird. So, I mean, I guess God hates California, too.
I'm sorry, what was that?
I think, I guess that would prove even God hates California.
Yeah, apparently, man, like, one of the most beautiful places in the country, but, how are you guys surviving the Midwest?
It's all right. It's okay. I'm in St. Louis right now. It's like it's a weird time. Like it's a weird place. I don't know. Like this is the weirdest timeline I've ever been in. Like people are like trying to make up rules every week and shit. I'm like I have no idea what they're talking about.
No shit, man. Like I've woken up a few days and like when you wake up from a very intense dream and your brain's still deciphering like what's real and what's not shit. There's days I wake up and I'm reading the news and I'm like, oh fuck, that's actually going on right now. But there's so much weird shit at once that you just kind of like lose track of what's real and anyway.
Yeah, it's like I demand a more interesting apocalypse. Like I'm gonna need.
Yeah, the worst one ever. The most interesting thing going on is the goddamn election right now, which is fucking horrible. Like that's the best thing that we got out. No zombies, no rocket launchers, and
yeah, we're still allowed to have elections. Apparently, we can't have anything else, but we still have elections and grocery stores between certain hours. If we go by ourselves and we spread out and we cover our face, we could still get food. But like it's the weirdest fucking time ever. It's like a 50-year-old like wrote this shit and they want to kill us all. Like I feel like an old person's trying to lie to me. Like all the time. I was like,
yeah. They couldn't go with the whole Holocaust. That wasn't a popular option last time. So they're like, well, how can we thin the population and not have everyone abjectly hate us for it? So and then blame Donald Trump for it.
It's Donald. Yeah, it's everything bad's his fault and everything good is someone else's. I've noticed that. Everybody hates the president, and most of the people just like psychologically project onto the president. Like they'll be like, he's this and that, and like they like describes the person like making fun of the person. Like they've never even met Donald Trump, so they're just like, he's this person because I saw like a fucking like video clip or something.
Yeah, I find there's definitely like a lot of people too that don't have their life together in one way or another, and I'm the same way, but I don't. Like, I own my shit. Like, I know I'm a lazy fuck and all that. But, the people who, like, haven't accomplished anything with their lives seem to be the ones who are the loudest about, Trump being an asshole and a piece of shit and he's ruined this and he's ruined that. It's like, well, I hate to tell you, man, but our country's been fucked for a long time. Donald Trump's only been around 3 years. He hasn't, like, completely, the bad things he has done hasn't completely fucked this country.
Yeah, you don't hear a lot of people doing cooler shit make fun of him.
Yeah. yeah, for sure, man.
They're like, I'm gonna go with the billionaire real estate mogul on this one, guys. Like, I don't know. It's like going like Bruce Wayne versus like a fucking person, like or just a random person. Like, it's like they're like, I don't like this guy. I'm like, well, what have you done? Like, what are you doing for the country right now besides complaining about the president and making us look divided? Like, what are they actually doing?
Yeah, exactly. Well, and a lot of people have lost their industry, especially out here in LA, and so they've got a lot more Twitter time, and so they just they just double up on the rhetoric and all that. But I mean, if anything, like those people are the ones who should be benefiting from Donald Trump's policies if they're, claiming all the shit he's doing is for the rich and all their friends. And I mean, they should be happy about that. They get to keep more of their money.
Well, I think it's a projection. I think the Democrats represent the rich now, so they're always like, oh, he cares about the rich. I mean, yeah, he brags about being rich and shit. I'm not gonna act like he didn't grow up rich and his family hasn't been like a dynasty for a while. I mean, that's real shit. But I think he's jeopardizing a lot of that for this. You know what I mean? It's like that guy could have literally just played golf for the rest of his life, or like fucking did whatever he wanted forever. And like, you know what I mean? He didn't have to, like, I feel like he got pissed off. I think Obama pissed him off, and like that one dinner when he called him out, I think that pissed him off, made him run for president.
Guaranteed he fucking did. You can see the look on his face. He's like, all right, motherfucker. Yeah, he's like, the difference between me and Donald Trump is Donald Trump's never going to be president. And then, so realistically, if you're mad about Trump being president, go ahead and blame Obama. It's his fault, really.
Basically, I think that, dude, honestly. Like, it's actually, like, it's hilarious, the concept. It's actually Obama's fault that Donald Trump is president. Because it probably is true. Like, that's probably fucking true, honestly, as crazy as it sounds.
Yeah, absolutely, man. He misgauged his audience that night, so. But, then again, everyone misgauged Trump afterwards after he ran. That, to me, that was the craziest thing is, like, the polling, and we're kind of seeing it again, too, where, like, Joe Biden's being propped up as, like, having this huge fucking lead over Trump. No way that Trump's going to win. And what usually happens every year is most of the Democrats don't come out to vote, and the Republicans show up in to vote, so.
Yeah, it was weird for him. Like, I thought Hillary Clinton was better at rigging elections. Because, like, I was just like, I was like, she's going to rig this. I'm just going to go to sleep. And then I wake up and Donald Trump's president. I'm like, oh my God, shit. Dude. It was absolutely amazing. And I'm not going to lie, like, I did, and even to this day a little bit, I get a kick out of the people that, like, absolutely despise him like he's the worst thing ever to happen to humanity. And that like the image of that girl sitting on the concrete crying her eyes out during his inauguration. Dude,
like,
best
that was
meme.
Gonna stop it somehow.
Dude, the internet ate that shit up. That was hilarious, dude. I can't believe it's just. And most of these people are just projecting. Like, if somebody's like, if I like say you're these things, it probably describes me better than you. You know what I mean? It's just like just a projection. It's just like, so anybody's like really loud and like they hate something or anything. Really, if you hate anything, really, you probably hate yourself. Like, really, it's just like, it's like, oh, everyone's just like, they're too like emotionally like dumb. I guess it's the best word to understand that, even that they're telling on themselves. You know, it's weird.
Yeah, no, I absolutely agree with you 100% on that. So, and they're the loudest voices again. I mean, everything is looking like 2016 all over again. I mean, the thing you can say about Biden is he's not as hated as Hillary is. That, I guess, would be his one strong point. But other than that, like, he's basically Hillary Clinton policy-wise with what he's done in Congress over years, and everybody seems to be overlooking that. They want to talk about all the shit that Trump's done in office, but somehow, putting in another, Hillary Clinton is going to make everything better.
Yeah, the left would vote in Adolf Hitler if they didn't have to vote like Trump in. they would vote fucking anybody in but Trump.
Oh, Jesus Christ, yeah.
It's sad. That's like their slogan. They're like, anyone but him. I'm like, that's a weak platform.
Right. Like, that was the whole fucking DNC convention, too. They're like, look, they just, like, beat around the bush as much as they could without actually saying it. It's like, look, we know this is a giant, like, steaming turd sandwich in front of you, but hey, it's not as bad as that full plate of shit that's Donald Trump. So vote for Biden. Like, fuck, how is that supposed to inspire confidence with people?
Right.
Like, that's the fucking best that you can throw at us. Like, and they're right, almost anybody else. Yeah, like, if Hitler were alive today, he probably would have sparked more passion in people than Joe Biden did.
Yeah, dude. I can't believe they pushed Biden. Like, they're so out of touch. Like, the status quo is so out of touch with, like, reality. And, our generation, at least. I mean, I guess we're voting now. They didn't expect this or something. Like, I don't understand. Like, it just doesn't... It doesn't make sense that Joe Biden would have been good. If I was leading the left, I would have definitely pushed Bernie. Like, I definitely would have pushed him because he had people like hyped up. Even if he's an idiot, like, he had people hyped up, and like, if I was going for votes,
Yeah, doubt. Absolutely. Yeah, who fucking knows, man? Like, unless they're trying to lose on purpose, like they could have gone with anybody else in that field other than Joe Biden, and it would probably have a solid chance at winning. But with Biden, I don't think everything's fucking slam dunk by any means.
No, that's how they lose. They own the media, and you can tell because the media just like pumps that in like nonstop. Like they're like the three companies that own all the media companies tend to be left wing, and they'll just like be like, yeah, good job, just high fiving each other and sucking their own dicks and shit, and then like they don't have like any kind of like poll. Then they had it for a while. I mean that was a good run where like fucking old school media like ran things. But I mean Silicon Valley's trying to do it now, I guess. But I just think that it's just so we don't ever really have freedom, I guess. But at least we're getting away from that, and we'll figure out the new. I don't know. I'm trying to just figure out where all it goes. You know, like this is an unprecedented time. Like I have no fucking clue what's going on. like no one does. We're like what. Like, this is the weirdest and most boring end of the world of all time.
Yeah, there's a lot of shit happening, but you're not real excited about any of it at all.
Yeah.
I still have to renew my car registration, you know, out of all this, and fucking parking enforcement's still going around the streets. I have to make sure that I have my fucking meter fed out in L.A., you know, those bastards don't come around. So, it's definitely the fucking worst apocalypse of all time.
I have so many parking tickets from like 2014 in California. I probably have.
What brought you out here in 2014?
I was just I would do comedy. I was a comedian before whatever the fuck I think I am now. And like I would just and I would go out there and do a bunch of shows, and like from San Diego all the way up to like Canada, basically like Vancouver area.
Dude, yeah, they're fucking like they are Nazis here in LA, man. They will like park around the fucking corner with a bush in front of their car and wait for you to get out for 5 fucking seconds, and they'll come around like writing you a ticket for $100.
And the cops are like beautiful. You can't even be mad at them. I'm like, this is like a perfect looking man handing me something. I'm like, this is like the most handsome. Like if you just like printed a handsome person, they're like writing you a ticket. I'm like, even the cops are beautiful here. I'm like, what the fuck? I can't even yell at this guy.
Yeah, double chin and the plastic smile, for sure, man. It doesn't matter what they do for work. They're all trying to be actors at some point. Actors or comedians or whatever.
Yeah.
So the police is a side job.
Yeah, they're all like everyone looks perfect. It's hilarious. I was like the only person without a six pack when I was out there. I remember everybody was just like in the parts of like San Diego, I guess, like PB, Pacific Beach, or what the fuck was that, PB? I don't know, man. I don't know California that much. It's been fucking 6 years or so since I've been out there like heavy. I've been, you know what I mean? But so like, what brought you into this whole thing? Like, did you do, man? Like, so your interview, I forgot. I got lost for a second. So what brought you into the podcast game, basically? I guess.
Well, basically, me and Dave had been friends for a while, and I was on the road as a truck driver at the time, and it was just fucking killing me, wearing me down. I'd been jumping around from job to job at that time. So I ended up out in L.A. where Dave is at, and we ended up meeting one night, talking, and we started throwing some ideas out there, and he says, well, you know what, man, like, there's a lot of opportunities here in L.A. for some of the shit that, you know, you want to do. And, you know, the podcast was one of the things that we brought up, and it's like, you know what, man, I'm really not happy where life is right now, and you know, I'm still young enough to make shit happen, but I'm not super young to where I can keep putting it off for a few more years. So I'm like, fuck it, let's do it now. So that's, I decided to move out to LA and did that about 2.5 years ago.
Cool. That's how old are you, man?
I am 36. I'm geriatric as fuck.
Yeah, we're like that. Okay, I knew you were around the same age. And then, so you're from Iowa originally, you said?
Yeah. Mark in the middle. It's about an hour north of Des Moines.
Okay.
So cornfields, pig slaughtering plants, and pretty much anything you would think about Iowa is where I lived.
No, that's cool. Yeah, you definitely have that Midwestern like point of view, I guess, as well. I could see that as well. Like in my, it relates to that.
No, yeah, for sure. Well, the accent too. You know, I can't figure out if I'm trying to be Canadian or Minnesotan or whatever. We got a little bit of fucking everything.
It's like whatever gets me paid, that's what I'll be. Whatever gets me paid.
Hey, exactly, man. You know, everyone's trying to make a dollar in this life, so why fucking not?
So are you looking to get into comedy or something, or what are you gonna do? Like, where do you see yourself like getting further into entertainment, or staying with podcasting, or what do you kind of see yourself doing?
Yeah, I'll keep fucking around with this. I'm gonna fuck around with comedy. The funny thing is, the main reason I moved out here is I wanted to get into pro wrestling. Like that was like my childhood dream that I put off for years. Like I got a normal job and all that. So, and I'm like, you know what? I'm young enough. If I'm gonna do it, like I need to do it now because that window's closing up. So I figure, out here in LA would be a perfect opportunity. Because of all the other shit that I can do in addition to that, So I can chase after that as like a hobby, but then I can jump into comedy, podcasting, done a little background acting and shit like that, and just keep fucking around with all this other shit. My biggest goal in life is I really don't want to ever have a 9-to-5 job again. Like I just, and to the people out there that like, do it, love it, cool, good for you. I've done it. I've been there. I've got the scars and the fucked up shoulders and all that, and I just have no desire to do that for the rest of my life. So, I'm going after this now.
That's badass. No, wrestling's probably the best. Like, I love wrestling, dude. Like, and I think like WWE like sucks like writing wise right now. So it'd be a good time to swoop it, dude. So like, I mean, he's like, it'd be a good time to like. I mean, I think the federations may split up again if like they don't have a strong dominant like lead, honestly. And there's kind of are with NXT and some other shit. Like the wrestling game's interesting right now.
Oh yeah, there's opportunities all over the place. Japan too is another one.
True.
I mean, so like now's the perfect opportunity to try to jump into there. Now to do it at 36, like maybe that's my gimmick. I come out with a walker and then all of a sudden I just like rattle off drop kicks and suplexes to motherfuckers, and I roll with the old band gimmick for a bit.
Dude, yeah, that's fun. You're near like Hood Slam. Hood Slam's in Oakland, I think. Like that's a. Have you heard of Hood Slam?
Heard of what?
Hood Slam. It's like a wrestling organization.
It sounds familiar. I've come across a ton on social media, and I try to keep up with as many as possible. Because I eventually want to travel around doing that, much like you did with comedy. So. No,
that would kill, dude. No, wrestling always is awesome. It's like the traditional American heroes. Like some of them, and then villains, like just traditional like archetypes, and like I like that shit. I used to really get into wrestling, the Attitude Era, shit like that.
Oh shit, yeah. I mean, St. Louis is a great tradition there. Harley Race, one of the biggest names of all time, wrestled out of St. Louis.
Yeah, we had
Randy. Yeah.
What were you saying, brother? No, what were you saying, brother? Sorry.
Oh no, I was just gonna say Randy Orton, Cowboy Bob Orton. Like, there's a long legacy there of pro wrestling.
No doubt. No, that's definitely true.
Yeah. So now, are you still? Are you gonna jump on the comedy bandwagon? Try to do like some online shows and shit, or are you just focusing solely on your congressional race right now?
See, I feel like I'm focused on hella shit. I don't know. I definitely started writing like a comedy special like a while back, and then like all this shit stopped. So then I started turning it into a cartoon. So I'm basically doing like a cartoon comedy special right now. I'm working on, and then I got a movie coming out next month or this month or something like on Amazon and some other shit. Like I just been working on a bunch of creative shit while I'm like running, dude. Like basically like.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. Fuck.
It's
good. You're always staying busy.
No, you have a podcast, so the interview keeps going like back and forth on the interviewer. Like you're like, no, tell me about it. Like it's kind of funny because like you like not normal guests wouldn't have like that. You know what I mean? It wouldn't be like that. I feel like it's funny.
Yeah, and I kind of hate like the traditional format of like, oh, we have a guest, like let's do a rundown of shit you've done in the past, the greatest hits that everyone's gonna know. All right, let's spend 5 minutes talking about like. Shit that you got coming up. Almost like just a formulaic, like, late-night show.
Basically.
To me, it's more entertaining. Like, right now, I've been sitting here drinking for a bit. And to me, it's more interesting when you just get, like, a, conversation going. You start shooting the shit about whatever's been going on. Like, talking to an old buddy I haven't talked to in a long time.
No, it is. It's definitely cool. And like, only a person that has a podcast would even think about that before they go on a podcast or like talk about it. It's just like an interesting perspective. Like, because you're basically just doing the same thing I'm doing. Like, pretty much. I was like, so yeah, you guys do the same thing. Cool. Like, it's like, and you guys, I listen to a lot of your shows are good, man. I was carrying through them. Like, you have some good stuff. Like, you guys' sense of humor and stuff too. And like, it's funny we talk to certain guests, you can just tell you like you guys are super hyped about them and shit like that, and like, it's just a good vibe. Like I like what you guys do, you know. It's definitely a good thing.
Yeah, but it's been interesting too, because like there's like certain guests that you have on, and you think like, oh man, yeah, this episode is going to be fantastic, and then it's like, well, it's not bad, but it wasn't quite what I thought it would be. It was still all right, you know. And so like sometimes, you know, you get in your head and about how shit's going to go and all that, and you know, we've just like found over time that it's better if we just go out and riff. You know, like that's the best episodes that we've had, where we just go back and forth after thick shit on the fly, and you know, you fucking sink or swim at that point. So.
That's smart. No, it's cool. It's cool seeing like how well it's done so far too. Like, I think that a lot of people have, like everybody I know has a podcast, but it's cool when you have like an interesting kind of like thing going. And I think it's just you guys. I think you guys like have like some like gimmicks in there as well, but I think it's just you guys that people are drawn. Just yourselves, you know. And I think that like and your guests are good. You have good guests, and like it's just you guys are authentic to yourselves, and I think that's important. Like why it's working so well, in my opinion.
I mean, in all honesty, man, like we had this spot where we used to go and drink by the LA River and then piss in it on a regular basis. But we would spend like an hour or two out there having bullshit conversations, and a lot of shit that we do out there is like what's on the podcast. Like, you know, we really don't censor ourselves that much. You know, we just sit there and have fucking conversations, and it works. Yeah, just because me and Dave have a good dynamic like that. So,
yeah,
you know. That definitely helps more than anything. It's just hard to push it when, you know, when shit just ain't gelling together.
No, definitely. I think this you definitely have a good vibe. Like, no, it's interesting. It's again for the listeners, Valley Boys podcast, and they've had some big guests so far. I mean, they've had like Doug Stanhope was huge. Fucking
that
guy from the
Offspring. Gonna be coming out. Yeah, we had Noodles, the guitarist from the Offspring. Jimmy Dore was on. So yeah, we've definitely had some big names. I mean, for being early on in our podcasting career, you know, it's generally not supposed to happen this quick, but
no,
I mean, you know, fuck.
It does for winners.
Take it when it comes.
It does for winners, man. You're 23 episodes in too, and like you've already done like a lot of cool shit, and like have a lot of downloads and shit. Like it's I'm kind of impressed, like seeing people just come out and like do dope shit like that. I like seeing people accomplish shit and like accomplish what they're after, you know.
Oh fuck, dude! Yeah, the Jimmy Dore episode was great. I smoked so much weed with that guy. Fuck, man. God, yeah, I was already so baked by the beginning of the episode, I couldn't figure out how my fucking headphones worked. And then we ended up like with 2.5 hours almost of recording somehow after that. But holy shit, yeah. Yeah, so yeah, we've had some good times with it, man. We got big plans for it. And, you know, we're gonna be kind of doing our own things as well, like keep the Valley Boys going, but we're gonna get our own shit going too on the side. And so yeah, I mean, fuck, man, if we can just make a living, make money doing this, fuck, you know, roll with it. You know, I'm not gonna rock the boat. Like I said, I just don't want to work 9 to 5 anymore. So, you know, if I find my niche, I'm gonna roll with it.
Yeah. No doubt. Should we call Dave on three-way?
Let me see if I can get a hold of him. I think he's at work right now, actually.
Oh, Dave.
So,
should we try still, or what? I'm just trying. I don't know.
Yeah, let me text him and see what's up. But so now you're just getting your podcast going again for the first time in a while, right?
Yeah. When the whole quarantine thing happened, I just didn't want to like fucking complain for however long. It just would have been me like complaining. I'm like, I did nothing today. I hate it. I want to overthrow the government. Like it was just like it would have been like fucking ridiculous for like. So yeah, just stop. There's nothing to fucking say. I feel like during that time period.
Oh yeah, well, I mean we ran into that problem too. We kind of had like a couple month period where there was a lull going on, and yeah, it's just after a while, it's like, oh, went to the grocery store today. And, yeah, some fuck sneezed in their mask and just kept walking around. It was fucking gross. Like, that's a 10-second story, you know?
Yeah, nothing happened all day. Yeah, I remember asking people, I'd be like, so what'd you do today? And like, we would just laugh at each other because like no one was doing anything. Like, I'm like, so like, well, yeah, what have you been up to? Like, nothing. I've been doing nothing.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Like, yeah, I've got up on like with old friends and shit, but like that's been the majority of it. But now, like, things are finally starting to open up again. So, I mean, there's a little hope that maybe not necessarily by the end of this year, but early next year, like, well, you'll be in Congress next year, so you're not going to have time for stand-up comedy unless you incorporate it into your floor speeches.
I can still do dope shit while I'm in Congress. I feel like I can still release art. I'll just be like, bam. It'd be hilarious, like just like dropping comedy specials from Congress.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, man. The president of the Ukraine right now, Zelensky, I can't remember his first name. That dude, before he got elected as president of the Ukraine, played a character on a TV show in the Ukraine where he was a comedian who got elected president because everybody got tired of all the corrupt shitbags that were representing them. And so then, like, ends up fucking getting elected in real life, runs in real life and gets elected in real life, you know? I guess you could call it the Donald Trump effect, but it's still pretty awesome.
No, that's hilarious. That's fucking, I never do that. That's fucking legend.
Yeah, and so, that's how Ukraine ended up. Well, and they had a horribly corrupt leader before him, so, I mean, they probably could have ran a doorknob, but it turned out way better the way it did now.
That's hilarious. They just replaced with, like, a random dude, basically. Or he's an actor, I guess, still, but that's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, it looks like Dave's stuck at work, unfortunately, so.
We'll call his mom. Do you have his mom's number?
God, I should have got it. I probably could have done that. That would have been amazing.
I'm just joking. But it's like, dude, the best shit's like when you interview porn stars and you're just like asking to call their parents and shit. Because like I just want to like record like porn stars telling their parents that they do porn, and just fucking die laughing. But like hope that everything works out for them too. But like just like I bet that shit would be hilarious.
Dude, like you'd have to imagine like what are Sunday dinners like at the house or Thanksgiving or some shit, you know? You have corn on the cob on the table, you pass it off to them, you start laughing every fucking time, you know?
Yeah, that would be crazy.
Oh, man, are you drinking on anything right now, or are you doing this sober?
I'm smoking mostly, but I should be drinking though, but I'm not yet. I have like a bunch of podcasts today. I have like 5 podcasts today, and I didn't want to get shit faced because I feel like I would just drink all beer bullshitting with you, and then have to go into like another one and be like, oh, what?
Oh, holy shit! Which one are you on right now? Is this your first one of the day?
Yeah, it's the first one. This is the first one I've recorded in a while. Yeah, no, it's just so this will be the probably start of a new season or something. I don't know, however that works. Yeah.
No. Okay, so like all the ones you're doing today are gonna be all your shows?
Yeah. And then we're gonna tell everybody to listen to your show. We're gonna be like, listen to the iBoys podcast right now. Stop this episode and go to their podcast right now and listen to it. Okay, listen.
No, same thing, man. Like, I'll be happy to promote your shit, man. You're one of my favorite guests that we've ever had on the show. I mean, not just political wise, but like you're saying, man, you're genuinely authentic. Yeah, you came on the show, you spoke your mind. You didn't like try and watch the words that came out of your mouth. You weren't worried if you said something that was going to offend anybody. You just spoke your fucking mind, and that's great, you know? Like, don't have to agree with everything you said, but, like, to me, that's what you would want out of somebody who you interview. Like, you don't want to be interviewing a character or anything like that.
Yeah, like, or like Dane Cook, just, like, telling stories all the time.
Oh, fucking Christ.
Remember that guy?
Yeah, vaguely. Like, his best work was in the movie Waiting, and then somehow he was a comedian selling out Madison Square Garden for like a couple years, and then occasionally, like, I would see his name on the, hey, Monday at 10 p.m. at the Laugh Factory, Dane Cook.
Yeah, now that's where he's at, and like he'll do these bits where he'll get mad sometimes and just yell at the crowd like, I'm Dane fucking Cook. He'll just get all pissed off and shit. He still has the ego from success, but not the success. It's weird and crazy. But yeah, I feel like he just like told stories. He was okay. He just like he's like Kevin Hart or something. Kevin Hart just tells stories. It was just like guys like, hey, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, their life's not that interesting. So it's like, why are they telling stories? Should they talk about other people's lives, I guess, instead? I don't know.
Right. Fuck, yeah, probably. One time I was on tour, and I don't know, I saw Chris Rock, and he was having a gangbang with 3 midget strippers or some shit like that, and something like that. But yeah, I never found that dude to be that funny. I'm never gonna understand how some comedians got as popular as they did, but I mean, fuck, I'm not the one buying their shit, so.
Well, I think a lot of times it's like laughter is like a socially acceptable thing to where like they'll feel left out or stupid if they're not laughing with the crowd. That's how like guys like Will Ferrell work, I think. To where like you just like you like see him do something stupid and everybody's like, oh, that's hilarious. Like they just want to fit in and like know that like they're like I have a sense of humor because I think Will Ferrell's funny. You know what I mean? It's just like it's like a psychological thing. It's like funny. Like it's like a crowd thing almost like.
Fuck, I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe Dane Cook was supposed to be a hypnotist or something like.
Or maybe I just made that up.
People cut out his bullshit pretty quick.
Yeah, no. He was weird. He had like hair gel.
Or maybe. yeah. Oh man, I haven't actually seen that dude in a long fucking time, like doing anything. So,
Yeah.
I mean, this was before the pandemic. Career died up quite a bit, but that's what a lot of them do now. Anyhow, like you'll drive by Kathy Griffin. She was doing like a weekly thing at the Laugh Factory. So they all have their little shit where they settle into in their retirement home here in LA. As far as like comedy goes.
Yeah, my buddy books that. He books at the Laugh Factory. He was he's from here. He was in Waiting actually too. He was one of the cooks. So, you know the cook with the blonde hair. In that movie.
Oh vaguely.
Yeah, like I figured it's like a cult classic film at least. Yeah, but no, he's actually in that. I think he books the Laugh Factory, or one of those it's Comedy Store. He books the Comedy Store. I'm an idiot. He books a totally different place that we weren't talking about.
There's a bunch of them out here, but yeah, do that. Yeah, the Comedy Store is probably the biggest one.
Yeah, those are cool.
So am I gonna get a chance to see you on stage out here again someday?
Potentially, yeah. If we could ever leave our houses again, like.
That should be next year. Yeah, we'll be fine. We'll, fuck it.
Yeah,
Either that or I'll just get COVID and die. Start over again.
Yeah, basically. Both sound boring, and I'd rather do awesome shit instead. I just feel like this is a crazy, unprecedented time. No, no. So, where are we going with this interview, man? Where do you think? What's next? You think, man? What should I ask you?
Oh Christ, I have no fucking clue. I mean,
you didn't do my job.
Pretty much been through. Yeah, do I want to do your job? I did it last week. Yeah, last week I was the one that had to watch like how much I was drinking and shit. How close do you think we are to actually getting like marijuana legalized at the national level?
I think super fucking close. Everybody's talking about it. Like every candidate's talking about it. Like,
yeah, and it looks like even Biden finally came around to it a little bit, but
he's like I'm gonna take back what I did forever ago. He's like the guy who made it illegal, like severely illegal in the first place, and then now he's like, yeah, I think you guys are right. You guys are right.
Yeah, and Kamala Harris, and magically they've added that to their platform, like in the last, I don't know, month or two, whatever it's been. Did you ever see Trump doing it? So, like, let's say Trump wins, though. Do you see him finally like taking that off of the Schedule I substances list?
I don't know him personally, but I would think it'd be a good move for him, honestly.
It'd be a good fucking move now, man. Especially with he's kind of taking a little bit of a hit today in the media, but that'd be a perfect opportunity. Yeah, I'm bringing troops home from Afghanistan, and by the way, now weed's legalized.
Yeah, he's like, Merry Christmas, America.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it'd be the perfect opportunity for this.
No, Trump seems like a guy who'll strike like right before voting time. He always seems like the guy who's like, okay, I'm gonna drop it right. You know what I mean? Whatever he's got, I think he's he'll be like that. It's like right before the vote.
Oh, absolutely, man. He's got a few tricks up his sleeve.
Yeah.
I'll be on. Be over. I'm ready for whatever happens. I'm just ready for the fucking thing to be over, and then we can move on to the next thing that we all hate ourselves about.
Yeah, we'll go back to dumping ice water on ourselves and arguing about dress colors.
Yeah.
You remember that shit?
Yeah, dumping ice water in themselves for, I don't know, muscular dystrophy or one of those fucking things. I'm like, well, how's that help the fucking kid in the chair, man? Yeah, he's fucking crippled. Like, dropping a bucket of water on. Like, did you donate any money? No, you fucking asshole. You self-serving prick.
No, exactly. Just expose people as that. It's what people like that don't have podcasts like do for attention.
Oh, dude, you know what? For as much as I hate social media, like it really gives you a look into like the American psyche and shit. They do the most inane shit for fucking attention. Like one of the biggest things now, they'll just ask random questions on Twitter. It's like, so I had an itch on my butthole today, and I scratched it till it bled. I don't think that's normal. What about you, Twitter? And then there's like 2,000 people that fucking reply to it.
Yeah, no, that's crazy.
So I mean, it's a lot of people say it's like the downfall of mankind. I say it just gives us a glimpse into where mankind was already headed. It just gives people an outlet to let their stupidity out now, you know, and their fucking vanity and everything else.
Dude, yeah.
So what are you smoking on, anyways?
I plead the fifth on that.
Oh god, yeah, I forgot. Yeah. Well, no, it's not Missouri. I thought it was legal in Missouri, but.
Well, throw out your social media and and website stuff before we get out here. I'll end up talking for like 9 more hours probably.
I'm sorry. What was the last question?
Just go ahead and throw out your social media and any like your podcast, website, stuff like that, real fast.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, my social media at El Oso Blanco 69. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter there. At Valley Boys Pod on Twitter as well, and you can find the podcast on Apple, Spotify, a few other places as well. Search around, you'll find us.
Cool, dude. Well, thanks for coming on, man. We'll have you back, or I'll have you back on at some point, man. But I appreciate it.
Yeah, no, absolutely, man. Thanks for having me on. It's been a good time.
Dude, for sure.